They wanted her gone so they could bring in a wealthier bride. They thought she was the weak link in the family chain. They didn't realize she was actually the one holding the chain together. I met Chloe at a rooftop bar in Chicago. She was celebrating her single life. She told me her in-laws forced her husband to divorce her to marry a business tycoon's daughter. They thought it was a brilliant financial move. They were wrong. This story isn't just about a breakup. It's about a massive miscalculation. It starts with a husband who was more of a puppet than a partner. His mother was the puppeteer, pulling the strings, whispering about how a richer wife could elevate their family status. She saw Chloe, with her modest background, as a stepping stone that had served its purpose. The husband, too weak to defy his mother, agreed to the divorce. He told Chloe it was just business, a strategic move for the family's future. What a line, right? He saw it as upgrading his partner like a piece of software, completely blind to the fact that he was about to delete the entire operating system. The family celebrated. They popped champagne, dreaming of the impending merger with the tycoon's empire. They were so blinded by greed, they missed a crucial detail, a secret Chloe had kept to herself. You see, while they were busy with their social climbing and lavish parties, Chloe was the one quietly working behind the scenes. She wasn't just a wife. She was their silent financial genius. For 3 years, she had been managing the family's entire investment portfolio. With her sharp instincts and tireless market research, she had more than doubled their wealth. They thought the money was just growing on its own, a product of their family's supposed business acumen. In reality, it was all Chloe. She was the architect of their prosperity, and they were about to tear down their own palace without even knowing she held the blueprints. The day the divorce papers were signed was a day of liberation for Chloe, but for the family, it was the beginning of the end. With the ink still wet, Chloe did 2 things. First, she transferred all of her personal capital out of their joint ventures. It was a significant amount, far more than they realized she had. Second, and far more devastatingly, she withdrew her expertise. No more late-night market analysis, no more savvy stock picks, no more brilliant investment strategies. She logged out of their accounts for the last time and walked away, taking her Midas touch with her. The family, clueless and arrogant, didn't even notice. They handed the portfolio over to a high-priced firm that promised big returns, believing their fortune was secure. They couldn't have been more mistaken. What happened next was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Within 6 months, the house of cards began to wobble. The new firm made a series of bad calls, and the market, which Chloe had navigated so skillfully, turned against them. Their investments plummeted. The brilliant merger with the tycoon's daughter. It hit a snag. The tycoon, a shrewd businessman, saw the cracks forming in their financial foundation and started getting cold feet. The family business, once a pillar of success, was now teetering on the edge of bankruptcy, and Chloe was thriving. Using the capital she'd pulled out and her unmatched skills, she played the market like a violin. While her ex-family's wealth evaporated, hers skyrocketed. She built her own empire from the ashes of the one she had secretly built for them. In the end, the family lost everything. The puppet husband never got his wealthy bride, and his mother was left with nothing but regret. They had traded a diamond for a piece of glass, and they paid the ultimate price. Chloe's story is a powerful reminder. Never underestimate the quiet ones. Sometimes the person you think is the weakest link is the one whose strength you can't even comprehend. They're not just part of the chain. They're the entire chain. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.